Hi, I'm Emma. Welcome to Emma Esoteric. This is a tarot reading for the sign of Cancer. If you would like to book a personal reading, please go to emmaesoteric.com.au. You can view these readings like watching a movie, listening to a song, or looking at a piece of artwork. They can be motivational and inspirational. They can also bring up emotions, thoughts, or beliefs to the forefront of your mind. These readings can be taken any way you like, and nothing is set in stone. Thank you. The main energy. The secondary energy. So we have the Five of Wands in the main energy, and the Temperance, Four of Cups, and Eight of Swords in the secondary energy. There is a lot of conflict happening around you, and you are at the moment doing your best to ignore what is happening around you in order to find some type of peace. I might actually keep that out. And balance. There is a lot of cards coming out, but there is a lot of indication of just letting this go. Like really showing that you've had enough. You've reached your breaking point here and you don't want this to continue anymore. You had this knowing or this understanding or internal knowledge here that something was going to come up or something is occurring. There is a sense of uneasiness that you have been experiencing, and it's all coming to the surface now. This can be physically, it's coming to the surface as well, and you can be coming across as quite straightforward and blunt and to the point due to feeling quite uncomfortable within your mental space and your body, just knowing that something was going to occur with this energy. The King of Wands here is the supportive energy. This can be someone around you or your energy just standing up and being on top, like being above all this, not letting this bring you down. With the Star being the challenge, the Star is going to be healing from this situation because there is a lot going on. There is really a lot going on. You need to make a decision in the mental space about whether you're going to do this fast or slow, kind of like ripping off a band-aid. And I feel like you're going to choose to do this fast. You're just going to get it done, especially with the King of Wands being in the supportive energy. The Hanged Man being in the emotional space here is putting things on pause emotionally, not getting too emotionally involved into this, especially with the Four of Cups being here. This is being emotionally dissatisfied or I want to say disjointed, like you're not really wanting to engage with this emotionally or get your emotions involved because the decision that needs to be made is not an emotional one. And the reality, the Hierophant. So this is something that either you are deciding to do this from a higher standpoint, or this is a belief, religion, or boss, manager, workforce, something along those lines coming in here and making the final decision. This can also be you in your workplace or in your vicinity making the final decision. In the central energy, we have a lot of discord along the lines of it's something to do with the train tracks, traveling. I'm getting like departing and delays. A lot of discord around when something is going to get on track and something is going to finally take off and move forward. How long is this going to take? There's the question of how long this situation is going to take. Especially with the Knight of Pentacles and the, sorry, Knight of Pentacles and the Knight of Wands in the mental space. How long is this going to take? Impatience. And that's what's causing a lot of this distress. The Eight of Swords and the Four of Cups here is coming in again as like not acknowledging your emotions. And I don't feel like that is a bad thing in this certain situation, because we have Temperance here. So it feels like you already have a idea of where you stand emotionally with this. You have a new perspective, or a perspective, or some understanding that you have to sacrifice your emotions. With the Hanged Man in the emotional space, there's this understanding of where you stand emotionally. Someone's going to be standing up. There could be a fall as well. That's maybe why there's a decision that has to be made quite quickly due to someone's body not doing what it's supposed to do. And it's very inconvenient as well. If this is like an emergency or something comes in where someone has to make a decision here, there is this detachment emotionally because of needing to make a very quick decision about what needs to happen next. Are we going to hospital? Are we going to the doctors? Do I need to call an ambulance? Can I drive you? Like decisions that need to be made in that aspect. If there is something here, like an accident or something, that the decision needs to be made quite quick of what to do next. There is a calm within the storm as well with this Temperance and the Five of Wands. If there was an accident and someone else was involved and someone else was to blame here, then this is the person here not wanting to take accountability or responsibility, and then someone else coming through like a law person or a police officer or someone who may have witnessed it, who has some kind of higher authority over the circumstance, coming in and kind of communicating with the people around you and you as well, to kind of calm everyone down. The energy coming in is the Ten of Wands, the Nine of Wands, and the Nine of Swords, along with the Queen of Swords. This is a person who's coming in and saying enough is enough. This can be the person who's connected to the Hierophant and the Temperance here. This can be you or someone around you. The Ten of Wands is holding on to a very heavy burden, and the Nine of Wands is someone who's wounded. This Nine of Swords is someone who's very anxious and stressed out about the whole situation. So this is a huge inconvenience here. I'm just noticing the beeping outside. There's a lot of beeping here. So again, it feels like there may have been some type of like it could be to do with a train or a tram or an accident or something. I don't think anyone's seriously like hurt. Like it feels like that someone is hurt, but not like critical condition. But it feels like there is something that needs to happen, or some situation that needs to occur quite quickly, because someone is wounded here in some way. And there is like the person who is wounded is very, very stressed about their commitments, like where they need to go, what they need to do, if they need to pick their children up, how are they going to do that, if they need to go to work, how are they going to tell their boss they need to go to work. There is a lot of stress coming in with the person who has been injured, and then this feels like the person who is responsible for this if there was some kind of collision. And the Queen of Swords is someone else. This can be you coming in. You can be either one of these, but this feels like someone's coming in that's trying to take control and charge of the situation with the Temperance here. So there's three people. Someone who has caused the disagreement here. This doesn't have to be an accident. This can be just anything really. But someone here who's caused the disagreement, or caused the confusion, or caused the accident to happen. Someone here who has suffered from the accident, and then the person who's trying to negotiate and advocate for the people involved. The High Priestess that is leaving, this is this inner knowing that something was going to occur. Like just before this happened, you had this feeling that something was going to happen. And that's why there's so much like control within the circumstance, especially emotionally here, because you were prepared in some way because of this inner knowing. There is some type of preparation or understanding that something was going to happen. The King of Wands here in the supportive energy is someone who is taking charge of the situation. Again, the supporting energy is someone who is taking charge and making decisions, the right decisions. Everyone's in disarray, and then this one person comes in, could be you, Cancer, who decides to take control and figure out who goes where, what decisions need to be made. Again, the challenge is healing after this. How long is this going to take to heal? Gathering yourself after a sense of shock as well, if there's shock involved here. Coming back to reality after any kind of, if there is some type of disassociation, coming back to reality after this type of shock. In the mental space, we have the Knight of Pentacles, which is a very slow moving methodical energy, and the Nine of Wands, which is very fast paced impulsive energy. And with the Ace of Wands on top of that, this feels like there is no time to be slow, or no time, especially with the Two of Pentacles here, to make a slow decision. This needs to be something that's quite fast. This needs to be a decision that is thought of quite quickly, and actions need to be taken quite quickly, which is why the King of Wands is here in the supportive energy, needing to take the actions. There can actually be also two supportive people, especially with the Queen of Swords. This can be two people who have come across this, who are making the decision, with the Hierophant here as well, being the hierarchy. This can be like a police officer and an ambulance worker, or someone who is nearby who is supporting and you, or something like that. There are two people here who are of authority who are making the decision. And like I said, one of them can be you. You can be any one of these people, but it feels like specifically Cancer, it feels like you're the one who had the knowing that this was going to happen and is making the rational decisions. The Hanged Man here is acknowledgement of how you're feeling, and having to, again, put your kind of feelings on the back burner, or slow your feelings down in order to process the situation and make decisions for good decisions for everyone involved. The Hierophant here is having to deal with the authority. So if you're just a stand-byer, like a person who's standing by witnessing this, you have to deal with the reports in some way, or the people around you who have some kind of higher understanding. This feels like paperwork, like witnesses and all that kind of stuff in the environment. So there is something you have been witness to, and you have to speak up or explain what you have seen. We have preservation. I can never read this word. Preservation. Why is it this word? This is the only word that I have trouble with. There may be something about the way you speak and needing to have confidence in the way you have seen something or witnessed something. Preservation. It's always the R that gets me. I never pronounce the R. Reevaluate this battle you are engaged in. A hasty retreat may be in order. Self-preservation may be the only thing salvageable. So yeah, just be aware of what you are explaining to the Hierophant here, and be very confident within what you are saying with the Queen of Swords. Be very truthful. Try not to protect anybody in this circumstance. Make sure that your ass is covered first. And then Amazement. You have worked hard to get everything just the way it is right now. Trust and enjoy this moment. Everything is as it should be. This feels like that High Priestess. Like, obviously this is not a good situation to be in, but you need to trust yourself in this moment that you know what you're doing. Don't second second guess yourself and question yourself here. I wanted to say second guess and question at the same time. So again, there's this not really sure what to do. Daring. Find your voice and use it nice and loud, even if it makes you feel uncomfortable. If you don't use it now, nothing will change. So you have to come through as this Queen of Swords and make some type of decision. It's up to you. Like, whatever happens, whatever you witness, whatever this situation means to you, you have to speak up and like say something and say, this is painful in some way. This person, and you're going to be very calm within this circumstance. This person needs assistance. Like, this feels like some kind of, like I said, some kind of crisis moment where you are being called for whatever reason to assist in this, and you're going to do a good job at it. Just trust yourself. Make sure you speak up nice and loudly. And that inner voice or that inner knowing, if you know something, if you feel like something is off, if you feel like you just know something, like you just know something needs to be done, act on that, because that's very crucial in this moment. So thank you.